Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of The Hustle today. I have another guest for you. So, she lives in Dubai and she is a content manager and a consultant for a company. But before DDIP, she was a freelance content writer. She did not have the confidence and the courage to face the world to put out her views. But after DDIP, she was able to find that confidence, that zone where she can understand that how to face the world, how to put up her views out to the world. And then using all the lessons from DDIP, she was able to get this job. And not just that, she actually applied all those things, all the lessons that she got. And she got a clarity of thought with which she's able to help her customers as a content manager and a consultant in a firm. This is amazing. And she shares that her life has quite significantly shifted towards a great direction because of all the lessons. So let's just get her on the call and get to know her story from her. Hello, Saumya. How are you?
Hello, Divya. How are you?
Wonderful. So long. I mean, after batch two, we're having this interaction.
Right.
So, how was the experience according to you?
Well, I would just describe it in two words: mind expanding journey.
Wonderful. I mean, that is so true. I can feel it. You don't have to say it, but I can feel it. My expanding journey. But still, I
Yeah.
beg to ask you, like, how did it expand your mind? Because there are a lot of people here who will be watching this video. They cannot feel what we are feeling because we have been there. How would you define it? Mind expanding. How did it help you?
So, firstly, I will start from the very starting. How I was convinced towards this journey. I got this information about this program, and I wanted to join since long, but work commitments kept me away from that. But finally, I made up my mind to join. But then I had some personal commitments. Because of that, I was into a dicey mood.
Okay.
But the mentors, the seniors, etc., supported me and convinced me, don't worry, all things will happen, just join it.
Okay.
And with their confidence, I just joined it. And frankly speaking, I didn't face any problem as such. God was there to help me out. He not only supported me, but my family also gave me full support.
Okay.
And things just went smoothly with me. And I was able to complete the internship very easily. And now I am, of course, getting a lot of help from out of it now.
Great. So, what were you doing before DDIP? Like, what brought you here? Like, I had my own journey. I am curious to know what was yours.
Well, I was a content writer before,
Okay.
but I was clueless about the field of digital marketing.
Okay.
I attended many courses from Hotspot and many other places, but still something was missing. Something was there which was not clear to me. Some clarity was missing.
Mhm.
But DDIP did give me that clarity.
Okay. Um, I remember that when we last had a conversation, you said that it helped you get the confidence. And I mean, how would you define, like, what was stopping you from going out and sharing your thoughts and being a freelance content writer? Can you elaborate on that part a bit?
Right. So I'm an introvert basically. Talking has always been a struggle for me. But yes, the DDIP helped me because I got a support from a lot of people. I found out that all people are on the same level as me. Some
Mm,
are, of course, higher, some are, of course, lower, but still, we all have our own fears, our own struggles. So it
mm.
is best to come out of it. And these days, social media is a very good platform to express yourself. So that somewhere gave me confidence.
Mm.
Yes, we all are together in this thing, so things will go on smoothly.
Very true. Um, if I ask you, so I mean, back in batch two, when we were doing DDIP, we had 7 assignments.
Yeah.
So I think the first one was about mindset and how to think about digital marketing, why it is what it
Hmm.
is. And then second was about customer avatar and everything. So
Hmm.
if you look back, which
Hmm.
particular point of DDIP did help you with that mindset thing? I mean, what particular module was like aha moment for you that, oh, okay, this is real, this is I can do? What was that moment? Can you recall? I know it's been quite a long time, but can you recall?
Yeah. I would say the first two modules were pretty good because they were mostly about storytelling and customer avatar. And
Mm,
being in this field since long, I was able to have a direct connection to what exactly he's saying. And it, of course, expanded my thoughts to a great level. And one I would say is the Zapier assignment, in which we had to submit at the night time, if you remember.
yeah, yeah.
And so that was something which actually made me move beyond my boundaries. I was pretty tired that day, but the support of everyone and all that made things easy, and I was able to complete it by 4 p.m.
Mm,
4 a.m. In the morning time.
yeah,
So yeah, these 2 3 assignments were there, which actually
wonderful.
makes me
Now, like, what are you doing at the moment exactly? Like, what does your work involve?
yeah. So I am a content manager for a company called as Pro Writers. It's
Mhm.
a content writing agency only, but my work mostly revolves around the writers, acting as a liaison between the writers and the clients.
Okay, okay.
So helping the writers out with their work, ensuring that they give quality work,
Hmm.
then then coordinating with the clients about the works, approaching them for works also,
Hmm.
ensuring that they are happy. So
Hmm.
it's all about the work of management, you can say.
Hmm. Um, Very interesting that you are in that licensing field. So it involves a little bit of sales, a little bit of psychology, and then management and everything.
Exactly.
Um, what is that? So I know that there are a lot of people who are a content writer, just like you used to
Hmm.
be and you are. But
Hmm.
a lot of people would also want to say run an agency or be a part of an agency.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm, hmm.
So if you look back, what would be your advice for somebody who is trying to do what you have done or are doing at the moment?
Yeah, it's a good question. I would suggest them just trust yourself
Mhm.
and just move forward. Whatever happens, don't get disheartened. You might not get clients in the starting. Things would be little harder for you. But if you are patient enough, if you do your work with good loyalty, give your work on time, meet deadlines, understand the client's requirements, then things will slowly and steadily go on smoothly with you.
Mhm.
So just embark into the field and move forward.
That's a great suggestion. I think a lot of people need that confidence. Just like you said, confidence was stopping you from doing what you have done.
Yeah.
Um, when it comes to freelancing and when it comes to dealing with, clients and also
Hmm.
like other writers, uh, can you can you bring up one particular problematic area or hurdle that you're able to do right now, but was very
Mm-hmm.
difficult to you earlier? Can you highlight
Yeah.
it?
Well, actually, many are there.
I mean, you're free to tell me more.
The very first hurdle is talking. Previously, even when I faced interviews for job, I was like, "Oh my God, how will it happen?" But now I'm quite able to do it quite smoothly with when talking with clients also.
Mhm.
Like I'm talking with you right now, it's quite comfortable for me. I was a bit nervous before, but
Mhm.
as I got in the flow, things have got me made me okay, fine.
Mhm.
So yeah, client talk was a bit hurdle before. Secondly, to ensure that they continue working with you and they don't face any problems as such,
Mhm.
because client retention is really important. You
Very true.
might work with one, but they might not come to you back.
Yep.
So that's the thing
Mhm.
which did not had before, but now I have that thing. So
Very
it's
true.
all about giving your work on time, being loyal towards them,
Mhm.
and if you make a mistake, admitting the mistake at the very same time,
Mhm.
and moving forward with the same approach.
That is a very important point that you said, that when you make a mistake, admit it. I mean, it shows honesty and that earnestness that, okay, you are a professional, you realize this, and that you are not trying to hide your mistake. You're not being dishonest. I mean, the the thing that turns people off is dishonesty. And I think that's a very important point that you highlighted. I would like to ask one more question as to, like, when you deal with clients,
Hmm.
um, a lot of, I mean, everybody is different, and a lot of
Hmm.
times clients have objections, okay, that
Hmm.
is not going to help them. or their expectations are not very practical, that what they're expecting is not going to happen the way they think, but you know that it is important for them. Have you come across such situations?
Yes, recently only I came across one such situation.
So, can you tell me a little bit about it and how did you deal with it? I think a lot of people can, learn from it, because that is something in an ongoing thing. Everybody comes across this time and again. So, how did you
Well,
deal with it, and what is your learning from such situations?
well, I would say two things are there, which
Mhm,
even my husband told me. If you
mhm,
know nothing about a particular stuff, just clearly say no.
mhm,
Don't play around circles. कि नहीं मैं
mhm.
कर दूंगी मुझसे हो जाएगा, give me time, I will cope up with it, because in this way you are just wasting your time and the सामने वाला का भी time,
Very
and
true.
it won't help you out at all. So if you
Mm,
don't know anything, just say no. But if
mm,
you have some confidence कि
mm,
मुझसे ये हो जाएगा, then tell them clearly कि I would like to try. It might take some time, but let me try.
mm.
And if it goes well, then okay, we can move forward. If not, then we can stop here, no problem. But give me a chance to try this.
Something
So
that I can take out from what you said is the confidence of saying no and
exactly.
admitting is a huge thing. I think that is a very valid point. Wow. I mean, thinking over it, it is so simple, but it actually has an impact, because when you say no, you are not just creating a room for new inputs,
Hmm,
but you're also creating a zone. Okay, this is what will work. This is not acceptable. So
exactly.
the conversation in itself becomes very serious, and everybody's paying attention. A
Right.
very, very important point. Now, I mean, how long has it been that you have been working as a consultant and a content manager?
Well, after I joined, I was working as a content writer before DDIP, but
Mhm.
after I joined here, DDIP, I turned into full-time consultant after that.
Okay,
So
so I
yes,
think since DDIP got over batch two, I think it was I think 1.5 years, I think.
1.5 years. Right.
So you've been
Yes.
that. In
Hmm.
1.5 years, how has DDIP exactly helped you? Or if I ask you a secondary question to that, how much of revenue have you been able to generate? Or even if it is not revenue, like what is that real one most important thing that DDIP shifted apart from that mindset and confidence that you told me? Um, I mean, you said that, say, Zapier was something that was very interesting, or say it is funnels. Like, what is it? Like, for me, I'll give you an example. Like, where does this question come from, so that you can understand
Yeah.
it better? So when I say that DDIP changed my life, batch two, it gave me an idea about what is the sequence of marketing. What is the psychology that is involved when you take the customers through a process. Like earlier, when I used to run my business, I wanted to join DDIP to further my business. That was the whole objective. So I used to say that, okay, I'll run an ad, I'll have a content, I'll create content to invite people and run an ad, and I'll get people enroll into my program. But when I joined DDIP, I learned that you have to upsell people. You have to create a sequence of things that you
Yeah.
have to give people. And that's just one area. The another area that I learned was that it's not actually selling. Selling is just an outcome of it. What you are essentially doing is providing value. And in exchange, you are taking money, so that not just the other person takes it seriously, you also take that seriously, because you have taken money in exchange for it. So, I mean, that was the perspective shift and the knowledge that helped me. That is like life transforming. Now, any business that I create will help me look at the whole business strategy very differently. So, so how did it help you now that you're working as a content manager consultant? What was that one thing that DDIP just shifted for you?
Well, the storytelling approach, I would say,
Hmm.
because it's important to play with words and play with the words wonderfully so that people are able to connect with you.
Hmm.
They should understand exactly. Even I read, I was not so much, I didn't read much emails which Deepak sir sent me. But
Hmm.
after TDIP, I tried to understand how he has created a mail or the
Hmm.
sales funnel you can talk about, and the
Hmm.
way you have also done in a few cases. So I understand how wonderfully you have tried to portray your point, and you are not you are not doing the selling part exactly, but still the way you all play with words
Mhm.
and you way you present your requirement tactfully, that has
Mhm.
been something which is a big turner for me. You can say
Very
that.
true. Very so true. I mean, I resonate with it so much because I think that happens with even in our daily lives. Like, how do you
Hmm.
play with words? If you have to scold somebody and if you say, why did you do it? Versus
Exactly.
when you say that you could have done it differently. Both are the same message is going, but the way it is going is very different. So,
Hmm.
I mean, you're very right when you say that, the perspective shifts and the way you say something, how you
Hmm.
use words is the real thing. That is so wow. So wow. So great, Saumya, what you have shared about your journey. Anything else you would like to add as to about your journey or how you're looking forward, or what would you tell new people who are trying to get into digital marketing as a fresher and they
Hmm.
have this lack of confidence? Because I know that there are a lot of people like us who don't have the courage. I remember that before DDIP, I was facing this issue where I didn't have the courage to face the camera. Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking in front of people was like, what will they think? There's so many things that goes into it, whether I'm right, whatever I'm saying is wrong or right. The questions you ask yourself. So I know that there are a lot of people who are in the same boat as we
Hmm.
were. What is that one piece of advice you would like to give from your life?
Well, I would say don't worry much. Just enter into this field once. Learn the basics first. Get a good hold about the basic terms and stuff. Because
Hmm.
if you are good with that, then you would at least be in a position to communicate with people, with clients and stuff. You will at least have that layman knowledge. And
Hmm.
once that happens, then focus on a particular area and start developing your expertise in that particular field. So
Awesome.
this is the step by step way you can move forward.
Awesome.
And again, as DP said, try to be the number one in whatever thing you do, whether it's
Hmm.
client management, whether it's handling anything, whether it's SEO or whatever you do. Just
Hmm.
try to be the number one in whatever you do. At least be true to yourself. If not with the world, then at least be true to yourself in whatever you are doing. So
Very
that,
true. Very true.
yeah,
Everything starts from within. And you're very right when you say that being true to yourself, because only when you're true to yourself, you can do justice to yourself. And I mean, if you're not happy with your own self, how can you be happy with other people? So true. And I mean, wonderful messages that you have, shared with us. And I
nice.
think a lot of people will be inspired by you as to what your core message is and how you have applied in your life, and the journey that you have had so far from feeling underconfident to be able to share your message. I've been there, I can relate to it. So I feel so amazed by what you have done. Thank you so much, Saumya.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a great co-intern from batch 2.
Of course, yeah. It's always good to talk with you. I got to learn a lot of new things as well every time.
So,
So
so sweet of you. I think thanks to Didi for facilitating that we met and
exactly.
we're having this conversation now and we are in touch. All the best to you, Saumya, for the future. And I
Thank you.
hope to
Thank you so
interview you
much.
once again sometime soon.
Sure, sure.
All the best. Bye bye.
Thank you.